Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a story that completely blew my mind, and I just have to share it with you. So, I work in an office pretty normal. Just your everyday jobs and colleagues, but there's this one person there, an older woman, and no one knows her secret. At first glance, she seems completely ordinary, just like any mid-level employee, making around 50, maybe $60,000 a year. But as I got to know her, I realized she is actually one of the richest people I've ever met. And when I finally pieced it all together, I couldn't believe it. The funny thing is, she doesn't act rich at all. She's quiet, polite, just goes about her day, and people can be really rude to her, but she doesn't care. And here's the kicker. She was born on her family's private jet. Yes, you heard that right. Her family? Global owners, multiple homes, amazing jewelry, huge trusts, VADS all around. And yet, she's here in our office, wearing a simple necklace, talking about jade with me at lunch. I can't tell anyone at work because it's her secret, but I can share it with you because I just have to process how crazy, fascinating, and unexpectedly ordinary her life seems. By the end of this story, you'll see that sometimes the most incredible people are hiding right in front of us, in plain sight. And that's where the magic begins. At first, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, here she was, sitting across from me in the break room, stirring her coffee slowly, the warm aroma curling up into the air, and I was trying not to stare at her plain gold chain that seemed so ordinary, given everything she was saying. My heart was racing a little, my mind spinning, because every word she said added another layer to this mysterious puzzle. Jade collections, private museums, vacation homes in distant, sun-soaked countries. I could almost see them in my imagination, sparkling in the sunlight, tucked away like treasures that most people would never even dream of seeing. And then she told me about her PhD at DDDDHEHE. I remember feeling a mixture of admiration and disbelief. I mean, she wasn't just rich, she was brilliant. But there was a softness in her voice, a playful tone, as she explained why she chose a simpler life, to spend time with her husband, to raise her children, to enjoy the small, quiet joys that wealth often makes people forget. I could hear the sincerity in every syllable, feel the gentle confidence radiating from her. She didn't brag. She didn't show off. She just was, completely comfortable in her own skin. As we talked about her family, I felt a shiver run down my spine. She casually mentioned being born on a private jet. Can you imagine that? Being cradled in luxury even before your first breath of normal life? And yet, she described it as if it were just another mundane fact. The contrast was staggering, her stories of glamour and global connections, and her calm, grounded presence in our tiny, fluorescent-lit office. I could almost feel the hum of the office around us, the faint clicking of keyboards, the distant murmur of phone calls, the cold, recycled air, and yet it all faded in the warmth of her narrative, like stepping into another world, just for a few minutes. Her humility was astonishing. She laughed softly when I asked about her jewelry collection, a delicate sound that made the room feel somehow lighter. She described the smooth, cool touch of jade against her skin, the intricate marbling of each piece, and I could almost feel it myself, imagining the rich green glow catching the light, the faint scent of polished stone, earthy yet elegant. She explained how some of her pieces were kept in a museum trust, and I pictured the quiet, echoing halls lined with velvet cases, softly lit to highlight the shimmering treasures within. But what struck me most was how ordinary she seemed in her daily life. She bought a modest house, raised children, adopted another, and worked a normal office job. She told me about her coworker's rudeness with a calm shrug, a gentle smile playing at the corner of her lips. "They're just jackass," she said. I could almost see the invisible shield she carried, protecting her from pettiness and envy. Her eyes sparkling with a mixture of amusement and quiet resilience. And in that moment, I realized something profound. Real wealth isn't always loud, and sometimes the most extraordinary lives are hidden in plain sight. I sat there, feeling a whirlpool of emotions. Envy, admiration, and something else. Inspiration. Her story made me reflect on my own life, my own perceptions, the small daily worries I carry that, in the grand scheme, seem almost trivial. I realize that happiness, fulfillment, and purpose aren't measured by money, possessions, or titles. They're in the choices we make, the love we give, the quiet moments we share, and the courage to live life on our own terms. And as our conversation drew to a close, I felt a strange mixture of gratitude and guilt. Gratitude for this rare glimpse into a hidden world, a peek behind the curtain of a life so rich, not just in wealth, but in experience, love, and wisdom. Guilt, because I held her secret now, and it felt heavy, like a delicate, priceless object I must protect. I promised myself I would honor her trust, keep the secret, and yet I couldn't wait to share this story here with you, because it's too extraordinary not to be told. And now, I want you to imagine this with me for a moment. Picture sitting across from someone in your office, sharing a casual lunch, thinking you know everything about your coworkers, and then discovering they live a life completely beyond your wildest imagination. Can you feel that shock? That mix of curiosity and disbelief? I want you to pause and think, have you ever met someone like that in your life? Someone who seems ordinary, but secretly holds a world of experiences, wisdom, or even wealth that you could never guess. I remember my own reaction. My jaw literally dropped. I had to take a deep breath and tell myself, okay, stay calm, don't freak out, just listen. Because the more she shared, the more I realized how little I actually know about the people around me. And here's the thing, she didn't ask for admiration. She didn't want attention. She just shared pieces of her life, like little treasures, and I was lucky enough to receive them. Now, I want to ask you, how would you feel if you discovered a secret like that about someone you see every day? Shocked? Curious? Inspired? I felt all of that, and more. I could see the glimmer of jade in my mind, the quiet elegance of her home in another country, the laughter she shared with her children, and it was overwhelming in the most wonderful way. And here's a little lesson I took from it. Maybe you can take it too. Life isn't always about what's visible on the surface. Sometimes the most fascinating stories are hidden in plain sight, in people we pass by every day. And the real magic? You never know what you might learn if you just listen, really listen. So, I want you to try something with me. Think about the last time you had a conversation with someone and really heard them. Did you notice the little details, the quirks, the tiny hints about their life that might reveal something incredible. Take a moment, imagine it, and feel the excitement, the curiosity, the wonder. That's exactly how I felt sitting there with her, and it's a feeling I want you to experience too. And here's a question for you right now. If you discovered a secret like this, would you keep it? Or would you be bursting to tell someone, just like me? Go ahead, think about it, and feel your heart beat a little faster. That's the thrill of discovering something extraordinary hidden in the ordinary. Here's the fun part. Let's practice speaking English together, using a couple of simple phrases from today's story. I'll say them first, and then you repeat after me slowly. 1. I couldn't believe my ears. Now you try. Say it out loud. I couldn't believe my ears. 2. The most extraordinary life was right in front of me. Your turn. The most extraordinary life was right in front of me. Great job. See how powerful simple sentences can be. Using them while telling your own stories helps you speak English naturally, just like a native speaker. So here's the takeaway. Amazing lives, surprising stories, and incredible moments are often right in front of us. Pay attention, listen carefully, and don't be afraid to share what you see and feel. And remember, the real magic of life isn't just wealth or possessions, it's curiosity, friendship, love, and the courage to notice and appreciate the extraordinary in the ordinary. Now, it's your turn. Try telling someone about a surprising or inspiring moment in your life and use the phrases we just practiced. Speak out loud, feel your voice, and enjoy every word. That's how we train our minds and our English together. Thank you for listening, and I can't wait to hear your stories next time. Keep exploring, keep noticing, and keep speaking English every day.